The truth about the matter is that if I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No, I wouldn't. And that's the truth. I try my very best at this point in my life to be what I didn't have in that moment. Because I think that women were like, I'm an extremely emotional person. People that know me know that about me. I'm the kind of person that, like, okay, I feel so strong, and I can ruminate. I can get so lost in my thoughts. I know a lot of women are like that. Like, we're a lot, not all of us, right? But some of us are. Just like a lot of men can be like that.
So you don't think she ever loved you?
I don't think she ever loved me. Because if she did, it wouldn't be that easy to leave. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
And at the point that their emotions get a bit disrupted, then they cannot be adult enough to wade through the water.
There will be moments where they'll be like, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this. He don't do this. He don't do that, blah, 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 blah. And we're just focusing on these things. And because you don't have a certain person in your life to check you and say, sis, what about this? What about this? What about these strengths? What about what he's not doing? Like those types of things. That can get you thinking about the positive aspects of this person that you may not be thinking about when you're upset. You're only thinking about what you're mad about. You're not thinking about all the other positive aspects of this person. And so in those moments, you need somebody to be the person for that person.
Yeah.
In those moments.
So it's still some people in the chat right now that they still confused. They really not understanding the pro marriage, right? Or somebody who's an advocate for marriage. So if you could just paint the people who weren't necessarily pro marriage, and you coming to them, or you just expressing these different issues that you having.
Yeah.
What type of responses were you actually getting versus what you should have been receiving?
It's not so much about what should have been received, because I think that based upon what had occurred in our relationship by that time, a lot of people were saying that this was time for me to leave this particular relationship.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me; it was my loved ones. I have been seeing a therapist. My therapist, I had people that were like, it's time. This is not the best decision for you to remain in as is. I don't want to shade anybody or whatever, but lawyers, court systems win in this. No, families don't win in divorce.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Lawyers win. They win. We families don't win. You don't win when a family is broken apart. I think Jay-Z said this. He's like, nobody wins when the family feuds.
So you don't think she ever loved you?
I don't think she ever loved me. Because if she did, it wouldn't be that easy to leave.
Everything about the way you left me was heartless. It was evil. You never considered me, your marriage, and let alone your innocent 1-year-old child. She had to celebrate her 2nd birthday apart. And if you really are really suddenly caring about the effects that you've had on me and your family, why don't you sit fucking lawyers off of me? Call your lawyers right now and tell them that everything that you're still trying to get right now, you don't want it no more. $20,000 a month for a child? Our prenup says no alimony. Our prenup said everything that the prenup said. You're trying to crack the prenup. And it's been 3 years of it. I should have never hired an attorney. I had a prenup. Everything that I was supposed to give you in the prenup, I gave it to you. You want more. And it's been 3 years. I've moved on. I'm with Zelly. You moved on. I don't even want to tell the first nigga you started dating when we broke up. Because you're going to go viral from that. If I were to tell you who you started dating as soon as we broke up, you would go viral from that. All you want is attention. You want Facebook followers. You want Instagram followers. You're trying to be a life coach and you're trying to get to drink the Kool-Aid. You with a real one right here. Everybody can see through your bullshit. I may be alpha. I may be loud. I may appear to be a narcissist, as some niggas would say in the comments. Girl, you was good to leave that. He's a narcissist. No, she's a narcissist. If you had people in your ear when you left me, those same people are in your ear 3 years later because fucking lawyers are still on my back every day. Go sell this shit to somebody else.
So that's why Tyrese has been so upset. Because she decided to walk away from the marriage for no good reason. Do you guys understand how much this terrifies men? The idea that the rug can get ripped up from under you at a moment's notice because the being that you decided to put a ring on their finger for no apparent reason decided to end. And not even just that, but is incentivized to do so. No-fault divorces, alimony, and child support. I was talking to one of my homegirls recently, and I was showing the kind of back and forth between Samantha Lee as well as Tyrese. And we went on to the original podcast where Samantha Lee was speaking about Tyrese. And her response to me was, oh, she's so transparent. Oh, look at all the integrity to come in to speak about this situation after it has occurred. Oh, her willingness to be open and honest should be celebrated. And fact is when I look down into the comments section of the video that was posted, and you go through some of these comments, you'll see some of these same sentiments. Good interview. What everyone should come away from this interview is take your time. Don't rush into marriage. And if you do get married, there'll be ups and downs and lefts and rights and thank you for being so truthful and honest with the audience. You know what it is that I see? I see a man that had his relationship ruined due to the irrationality of a woman, due to the money-grubbing business of divorce, due to the echo chamber that she surrounded herself with, that at the point that she mentioned her issues with him, decided it was best to break up a home. Thank you for this. I love the transparency. It's always easy to run away from a relationship when you're happy and things aren't going as you one would like. Then fix or rebuild it. Oh, the modern woman today has little to no empathy for men because while they congratulate her for her transparency, I get emails from men that are on the brink of self-deletion. I get communications, I get DMs from men that are asking why. Why after I got on bended knee and I tried to do everything in my power. Yes, I'm not perfect, but she's not perfect either. But for some reason, the media that is pushed to her, the friends that she surrounded herself with, thinks that she's perfect and expects perfection back. And at the point that their emotions get a bit disrupted, then they cannot be adult enough to wade through the water. So in modern times, you guys are telling me that there's a traditional system that men get on bended knee for and lose their goddamn leverage to a being that is emotional, whose emotions shift with the times, with dreams that they have, with thoughts that they manifested, with astrology signs, with tarot and hand card readings, with other friends that believe they're goddamn flaky, in the clouds, emotionally based shit, with mothers that look at your relationship and wish that it was something that they wish that they could have had, so they project its failure, with lawyers that make it a business to extract as much money from that man, over $1 million in court fees, getting $20,000 per month for a child. That's not child support. That's ex-wife support. And I'd love to be able to ask her this face to face. If you truly feel bad regarding your actions, then why continue the court order? Because seeking accountability has nothing to do with your words. It has everything to do with your actions. Any man that's worth his weight in salt, any man that has established some degree of high level, they take a look at situations like this and they get absolutely terrified. They take a look at the Tyreses and they say, why would I want that to be a component of my life in the future? They take a look at the Will Smiths and say the same goddamn thing. Why would I ever want to sign up for this? See, it would be a different situation if you go down into the comment sections of videos like this and you see women that absolutely, fundamentally hate her words and what it is that she's come up to the conclusion to or is trying to seek verbal accountability for after the deed is done and the deed continues to pursue forward. But instead, you don't see that. What do you see instead? Oh, I love her transparency. That's retroactive to something that is not fixed. The house has been broken up. And for some reason, in the mind of the modern woman today, they somehow just don't see how the man suffered in the situation. Well, guess what? I see it. I have friends of mine that are going through it right now. I've had mentors of mine that are going through it right now as well. If you choose to get married, and it seems as though even with a prenup, that this could be a possibility, one of which you lose your leverage. It's like men today are on a double-edged sword because you want a sweet, feminine, soft young woman, but oftentimes that sensitivity is also mixed with this emotionality part. And as a masculine guy who relies in his logic, you know that they rely in their emotions, which helps them to be fantastic nurturers and caregivers, but it also can make them extremely susceptible to information around them, whether it be from an angry mother, a money-grubbing lawyer, or a media engine that means them no good. And if you multiply that with the hormonal changes that they go through throughout their life, and if you divide all of that with the chance of you losing half of your shit and access to your children, then really the question for the modern man today is, why should we do it anyway? Why should we do it to begin with? I think that the majority of men that watch my channel still idealize this idea of marriage. And while I think it's a fantastic option to raise a family in, if the man is not the leader of the household, and if a man does not have complete control of his woman's irrational and emotional outbursts, then this is what it can turn into. The business case for marriage for the modern man today gets weaker and weaker by the day. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Me, you go to turtlesandreviews@gmail.com. At the end of the day, it is never a happy thing to learn of the breakup or the split of famous people, but there's lessons and nuggets to be learned from it. I've said this once and I will continue to say it on my platform. Smart people learn from their own mistakes, but wise people learn from others. Use information like this, take it forth so you can make the best decision for you. Until next time, YouTube. Peace!